Constitutional background of GST. GST is treated as a tax on indirect tax segment in India. It has the enforcing power maintained by central government and state government as by identifying the federal character of Indian Constitution. Currently, fiscal powers between the center and states are clearly identified in the Constitution of India with almost no overlap between respective domains. The introduction of GST would require amendments in the Constitution so as to empower the central and state governments to levy and collect goods and services tax from the supply of goods and services. So, in order to frame a tax or enforcing statutes relating to a tax matter, it has been obtained the approval of the Constitution of India or by abiding the Constitution of India. To address all these issues, the Constitution 122nd Amendment Bill was introduced on 19th December 2014. The bill provides for levy of GST on supply of goods and services except alcohol for human consumption. The Constitutional Amendment Bill was passed by the Lok Sabha in May 2015 and the bill again appeared in 2016 itself as due to the issues with the Rajya Sabha and after the ratification obtained with the number of states and received the assent of the President of India on 8th September 2016 and has since been enacted as Constitution Act Amendment Act 2016 were effective from 16th September 2016. The tax shall be levied as dual GST separately as union government and state government itself. And to ensure the proper arrangement of such a mechanism, it is necessary to make a constitutional background or constitutional approach should be maintained, and the assignment of concurrent jurisdiction to the central and states for the levy of GST may be considered as the most significant aspect of the Constitutional Amendment Act, and it has been enforced with the 101 the Constitutional Amendment. Why a Constitutional Amendment Act is needed? Under the current system, power to levy taxes on goods and services shared between the union and state governments as it is because that some of the taxes which are levied by union government while some other taxes which are levied by state governments. Under the proposed unified system, both central and state governments will together levy tax on the same product, as it may be if we are purchasing a product, as for example it may be purchasing a baked item from a bakery itself, and in such a scenario there will be indicating with two elements, central goods and service tax as it may be indicating with 2.5%, as it may be state goods and service tax SGST 2.5%, as it will be with the amount as it may be in the form of 5% may be the tax that may be enforced under GST. And in such a scenario, both the central government and state government having the role in GST. So it is needed with the amendment of the Constitution, as Constitution powers may be varying with the tax matters. And in such a scenario, as to abide by the Constitution, there needs the amendment of the Indian Constitution as it is made through the 101 the Amendment Act 2016, and it has been enforced from 16th September 2016. Constitution 101 Amendment Act 2016 and its salient features. First one, insertion of new Article 246A, provision for union and states with respect to the GST legislation and exclusive power to the Parliament for legislation in GST, as it will be clearly indicating with the powers of the state and central government in GST framework and also power of the parliament for framing the legal aspects. As on that background, there may be different statutes that may has been framed within the GST portfolio: Central Goods and Service Tax Act, Integrated Goods and Service Tax Act, Union Territory Goods and Services Tax Act, the Compensation Act. Then the other rules, Central Goods and Service Tax rules and in Integrated Goods and Services Tax rules. And such rules has been passed in the parliament as to become a statute. It needed with a constitutional backup. On that background, new article 246A has been introduced. Then insertion of article 269A as collection of GST on interstate trade or commerce and distribution of such a tax among states. As there will be an issue, as it will be indicating with the provision of interstate trade and commerce, and it also needs a clarification. And on that background, 269A has been inserted with the constitution, and it also deals with the sharing pattern regarding with the revenue obtained through collected tax in portfolio of IGST relating with the interstate trade and commerce and its distribution among the union and state governments. Then next, amendment of article 270 has to provide for distribution of goods and service tax collected by union between the union and state governments, and it mainly relating with the distribution of tax revenue collected by the state government and central government, and how the central government have to distribute the tax which were collected by the central government on GST platform as in the form of CGST, and it may be distributed to the states. Then article 271 has been amended with restrict power of parliament to levy surcharge under GST, and surcharge provisions will not be entertained with the implementation of GST while in the basic structure of GST, as it may be against the basic structure of GST to enforce surcharge or cess, as it to ensure purity of the legal framework. As by enforcing different surcharge or cesses, it may be make burden to the taxpayers, and it may be a burden to the administrative system also. So 271 has been amended as to restrict the power of parliament to levy surcharge under GST. But also the Kerala government has been enforced Kerala flood cess, as it may be against the provisions, but it has to be enforced as with the circumstances needs. Article 279A has been inserted to provide for the constitution and mandate of GST Council, as it is the vital insertion of article 279A as to establish a statutory body to manage the entire aspects of GST, and that is indicating with the GST Council, and it is one of the important body constituted under the GST portfolio as to manage the entire business of GST in India. Then next feature will be article 366 has been amended to exclude alcoholic liquor for human consumption from GST, and service has been defined, as it is one of the important element. The alcoholic liquor may not be indicating with the GST. Article 368 has been amended to provide for special procedure which requires ratification of bill by the legislatures of not less than one half of the state, in addition to the method of voting provided for amendment of constitution, as there will be some condition for maintained with the GST, as it may be indicating that the ratification of the GST bill should be assured by more than one half of the state governments, as it also entertained to ensure the federal system of India. Then next, Parliament shall by law, on the recommendation of GST Council, provide for compensation to states for the loss of revenue arising on account of implementation of GST for the first 5 years, as it is the relevance of GST compensation cess, and compensation will be provided by the government of India to the state governments on account of revenue lossage as due to the implementation of GST, and on that circumstances the compensation will be provided with the recommendation of GST Council. And there are also some struggles that may be identified in recent scenario, as there may be because of COVID, or it may be relating with other issues, financial crisis. The state governments may not be achieving with such a level of revenue target as part of the GST, and they may be demanding for compensation. Then next, in case of petroleum and petroleum products, it has been provided that these goods shall not be subject to the levy of goods and service tax till a date notified on the recommendation of GST Council, as it is one of the vital factor, as petroleum products will be availed to the GST or came under the management of GST only after with the approval of GST Council, or a recommendation that may be obtained from GST Council and approved by the Union Cabinet. And these are the major features regarding with the Constitution 101 amendment that has been enforced to the GST scenario for proper implementation of GST in India. And it is the one of the main provision or constitutional background, that is the base regarding with the enforcement of GST in India. And the other legal backups were enforced on the basis of Constitutional 101 Amendment Act 2016.